Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let y'all know, tap in with Big Print Champs, get all your hurt season gear, be hurt season head to toe. You know what I'm saying? Ski mask, Howie, things of that nature. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Listen, it's been, I've been enjoying the off season for the most part. Couple vacations. I'm gonna do a couple more before the season start. Just chilling, relaxing, taking it in. Football is over, but we all want it back in a dramatic way. But it's always things to talk about in the off season. I feel like the good content creators know how to keep the show going, and that's what we're gonna do over here at Lord Brunson Productions. Let's talk about it. So, what's this guy name, man? The Inquire, Marcus Hayes. He had a column or a piece. Eagles Nation, they retweeted and kind of paraphrased some of the things that he was saying. And I will say this, man. The last hurdle that we got to overcome as Philadelphia sports fans is our own media. That's the final boss. You know what I mean? That is the Bowser at the end of the game. You know what I mean? For Eagles content creators, just Eagles fans. That is the end game for us all. Simply because they just don't know what to say out their mouth sometimes. They ask some of the most terrible questions. You know what I mean? They come to draft, ask Howie Roseman about a legal case of our first round draft pick. They do things like that. You know what I mean? And this guy right here, I know what his problem is. Marcus Hayes has something to say about Jalen Hurts. He said he's probably, and I quote, he's probably the most insecure athlete in Philly who uses the insecurity to his advantage. I think he knows what his physical limitations are and always have been. And that's one of the reasons he works so hard to optimize every bit of the ability that he has. To sit here and say that Jalen Hurts is one of the most insecure athletes, is the most insecure athlete in Philly, is just flat out just disrespectful, I think. Insecure? What does he have to be insecure about? And what are those things that you think that he works so hard to hide? It's nothing wrong with saying, I was wrong. I was wrong about a player. He proved me wrong. This guy got a hard time doing it. Chris Sims got a hard time doing it. A lot of people got a hard time just accepting the fact that Jalen Hurts is a top quarterback in the National Football League. Now listen, I know I've been hurt season this, hurt season that. I would be lying if I told you I thought he would be that good last year. I knew he was going to take a step, but to take us to the Super Bowl and to play the way he did in the Super Bowl and in numerous games during the course of the season, I was just a fan along for the ride. A fan along for the ride. But to get to that level that Jalen Hurts got to do the things that we all saw and we all witnessed together last season, don't got nothing to do with anything except work being put in. Jalen Hurts is a product of what happens when you put the work in. First time being in the same system since his dad was coaching him. A product of what happens when you put the work in. One thing I will never do on this channel is make excuses for success. I'm not going to make an excuse for why somebody's a dog. All the outsiders do it all the time. All of them do it all the time. You never hear me make an excuse for why Michael Parsons is a dog. But you'll hear other people make an excuse for why Hassan Reddick is a dog. Oh, he had all them defensive tackles. Everybody else around him was making his job easy. When that's not even the case either in that situation. Making excuses for somebody else's success is the first sign of hate. Probably self-hate, if you think about it. You got to make a reason for why this person doing a good job at their craft. It's ridiculous. And to label it as insecure, now I kind of get what he was kind of saying. He works so hard at the things he's good at to mask the things he's not good at. Everybody does that though. Nobody's good at everything. It's like saying Tom Brady works so hard at being a great pocket passer because he's not athletic. Duh. This all stems from people not being able to grasp their mind around somebody that's as efficient from the pocket as Jalen Hurts and athletic. It's probably the first time you've seen it. Somebody this efficient from the pocket and this athletic. A true dual threat. Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts are the only two that I could think of. that look this way on the football field. A true dual threat. Jalen Hurts took that to the next level, though. There's nothing wrong with saying that I was wrong. And you know, these guys got a hard time accepting reality and accepting the facts. You wrote a column full of excuses for why somebody else had a good season last year. Insecure, man. I think you insecure. And I think you are scared, Marcus Hayes, to say, I was wrong. He proved me wrong. He proved me wrong. We got to get some of these guys out of Philly, man, if you want me to be honest, man. Some of these guys leave a bad stain on the Philadelphia sports fan. When you write things, listen, you can't fool the Philadelphia fan, bro. Everybody that doubted Jalen Hurts, that go to them Eagles games, that sit in the sections that they be at 4th and John, all them people that doubted Jalen Hurts there's no more doubt there. So while you writing this, all we're going to do is just call you a hater. Tighten up. Tighten up. We already know that you been gave up on him before you saw what you saw. You was adamant about the Philadelphia Eagles having to change the quarterback. I ain't forget. Nobody forgot. We got the tapes. We kept the files. Your issue is that you can't admit that you were dead wrong about a player and he proved you wrong. And you had to write about being in the Super Bowl. You had to write about his success all last season. Hoping and wishing that it would turn into, him crashing and burning just so you can say I told you so. Well, you know who told you so? Me, Mr. Hurtseason himself. And shout out to the Inquire, your paper, for writing about the Hurtseason hats when that stuff first happened as well. So you need to tighten up, sir. I don't like that. Another thing that I don't like, but I understand, is how the Philadelphia Eagles tend to, how should I say this correctly, tend to, care about their vets. Like they care about Fletcher Cox. They care about Brandon Graham. They care about Kelsey. Now, I love that. I love that because when you think about it, the list of teams that have the most playoff wins since 2000, the Philadelphia Eagles are second. The whole top row of teams are like the Patriots, the Eagles. The Patriots like 31. The Eagles are second with 16. Green Bay 15. Pittsburgh 15, I believe. The Seattle 15, like well-run organizations with structure behind them. Teams that got either excellent GMs that know how to put a team together, and the Philadelphia Eagles, great ownership, or great head coaches like Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin. Those guys are, up there, in the mix with that. And, with that being said, what comes with that when you continue to just be in that top echelon of good teams is continuity. So some of our older guys have been around for a long time. We know this. And that's largely, in fact, because we trust them, we love them, and we built a culture there. But Nolan Smith is working way too damn hard for me to sit here and confidently say that he got to wait his turn. Now the Philadelphia Eagles are in the point to where they're drafting collegiate champions who are ready to go from day one. I think it was a huge mistake that Nakobe Dean didn't play last year. Huge mistake that he didn't get more playing time. Huge mistake. He would have been plug and play, giving a breather to TJ Edwards or giving a breather to Kaiser White. Plug and play. The skill set is there. Especially if you're making, play towards the boundary. It's there. It's plug and play. It's Nakobe Dean, the Buckus Award winner. We got to unleash these young studs. We got to, man. Some of these old guys might have to start taking a step back, letting some of these young guys get play. Because the way I'm seeing these videos from Nakobe Dean pop up on my timeline, that boy is on one. Let me know what you think in the comments, man.